Hey y'all.
Hello.
You guys know Trevor, I hope. If you follow me and you don't follow Trevor, uh how did you get here? But yeah, hello everyone in chat. You guys know we got Trevor here, then we got uh, many other fantastic artists who will be joining. We got Enoch, we got Oakydeer, we got Llewellyn, and we got Nathan or Fyyaa, who are all amazing artists.
They're all so good.
They're all so
They're all
good.
amazing. It's
Like
ridiculous.
I look okay. I was you guys in the chat in the stream might see the background is like a few pieces by Trevor that are rotating. So I was gathering everyone's art to do this little background thing, and I was like amazed at everyone's talent.
It's consistently wild how good everyone is. It's really, really cool.
It's amazing, and uh, I guess it's something that you're partly responsible for, is kind of
Yeah.
creating this little community that all the people who
Oh,
are
yeah.
joining today are a part of. And I don't know if you created it, but you kind of nurtured it, I could say.
I'd like to think that I helped make it more prevalent just by, putting stuff out there. I mean, I think everyone is so talented that it would have happened eventually. But if I helped, that's great.
Yeah, I'd say you'd helped. I haven't been in this community for like a super long time, but
Couple of years at least, right?
uh,
Doing your kind of cryptid Photoshop stuff. It feels like it.
I
Feels like you've been doing
started
this for a bit.
when the pandemic hit. Actually,
Oh, wow.
it
Okay,
was
that's way.
like maybe February, March 2020.
Oh, wow. Okay, it
So
feels like you've been doing that stuff a lot longer.
I've been doing Photoshop for a lot longer, but
Yeah,
this whole getting into horror has been, well, I guess the pandemic hit, and then I changed
yeah.
a lot of perspectives. I was doing like super cheery, surreal, vibrant stuff before, but
I love the strain of photo manipulated horror art that you've carved out for yourself because it's so distinctively you. Like I see a lot of people doing that kind of thing, but I always know you've got these touchstones that you dig into a lot that are always super interesting, like the bug saints and the giant insect, like religious stuff, and
yeah, that's probably
especially
my most like
yeah, that's what I think of
my
most.
brand.
Mhm.
That and
And like
fractals
playing,
lately.
yeah, fractals lately, and also like that you always play with like really historical, like older photographs and that vibe. That's very specific, I think.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I built a brand for myself. It was kind of accidental at first. At
Mhm.
first, I was planning on doing like maybe one or two little horror stories because it was
Yeah,
not my style, right?
yeah,
And I I, I went like, I would like to do old pictures because you can find like a lot of public domain stuff,
yeah.
and that's how it kind of got started. And so for context here, uh, I might have. So I did have a bit of a following on Instagram because of my surreal stuff, but definitely not because of
Mm.
the horror stuff. But I might have had like 50 to 100 followers on Twitter, and I started posting my
Mhm.
horror stuff, and I was like, it's got a little bit of writing. It's got to be more for this, like this. It's better suited to this social media, so I'm gonna try and like get my name out
Yeah.
there. And who was it? Um, Someone liked my art. The very first thing I posted, I was like, I'm gonna send it to Trevor. and, and you've been there, so you were there since the very very beginning of me doing horror. You
Do you
were there.
remember what that first piece was?
So it was a group of archaeologists digging up a huge cocoon.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like one of the first
I
things.
love when people point out, or like, oh, Trevor would like this. It's always super nice that my brand is strong enough that people are like know exactly the kind of thing I'd like to see, and also that I can like put more eyes on it.
Like the fact that you can pull that many eyes and that many and just
It's the only good thing about social media. It's the best thing about any kind of social media and having a big following is being able to be like, look at this cool shit.
I agree.
That's it. That's the best part.
Yeah. I agree completely. And I'm not obviously on the same scale, but I always try to do it. Like I always try to retweet smaller stuff and try to like get some hype going. And I think that is what makes Twitter being not the perfect place for art for many reasons. It is a great place to kind of build this sort of community.
Totally. Yeah, I mean, I think it might be the easiest one. Maybe Tumblr, but nobody's on Tumblr anymore.
Yeah.
But Tumblr was probably the best one for art. But Twitter, of the existing ones that I use, is probably best for getting like just the most eyes on stuff. Instagram is good too, but it's like a little more difficult. I started using stories a lot recently. I literally just figured that out because I have the brain of a mummy and I'm very old and ancient and I don't know how to do anything on there.
I agree.
but I just started using stories, and that's a good like almost replica of like the retweeting kind of thing of getting eyes on cool art. Yeah.
I guess I should use that more. I've been ignoring that whole part of Instagram.
Me too. I like being able to put music on top of other people's art, and, like sharing it and like giving it that boost, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. Actually, when I posted the Sister of the Ever Sharpening Blade, I always get confused with the name. I saw you posted it on your stories, and that I first saw that this is getting a lot of likes for Instagram, and then I noticed that was you.
It really it seems to be what Instagram favors, I think, over just like posting, because I think they're trying to make a whole push towards maybe getting rid of still images altogether, at which point I don't know what I'll do. But
I've seen the CEO or some big shot at Instagram saying like, oh, we're not about images anymore, which is a very weird thing to say, but
okay, I guess I'll just not use your thing anymore then. I know I'm just gonna end up going back to Tumblr. I mean, eventually.
Yeah. On the other hand, it's like you kind of have to, because if you are an artist or just producing content on the internet, you kind of have to spread out anywhere. Because like Twitter goes down tomorrow, and I'm fucked. I mean, I got people on Twitch. I got a Discord server of people that know me, and you can kind of start back up, but if you have all your eggs in one basket, it's I love this Siren Head piece. I don't know if you can see it, but it's the pink and blue one that I put on the
that one. Thank you. Yeah,
I love that one. The colors.
I'm trying to get more vibrant with colors recently. I should really do that, because I was going through my Instagram scroll and it was just all like browns and blacks, because it's all like murky photos.
You should see mine. It's all black and white.
Yours is all sepia. That's right. Yeah,
it's all sepia, black and white. Yeah.
Part of the brand, though.
It's part of the brand. Although with the fractal stuff, I tried to get colorful.
That's right. Yeah, I'm really anticipating just how nasty that might eventually get down the road in terms of body horror. Because you're really teasing it out.
I'm trying to tease it, and I'm trying to kind of show the body horror, but just little details. Because at the end of the day, the imagination is gonna be the most powerful thing. So I don't know how much I'll show. I don't know if I'll do like a front facing, just straight up image of a fractal human, like fully fucked up. Maybe we'll see like little glimpses of them. Things like this. I want to have fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be cool if like a year from now you were still teasing it out, but it was like full on apocalypse, like newspaper reports. So people like.
That's where it's going.
And fractaling it. Yeah.
That's where it's going. I wanted to make this one into an apocalypse story.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, obviously, everyone points it out. The inspiration is Uzumaki, and and that story kind of goes like deeper and deeper and deeper. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil it. Everyone, chat, if you haven't read Uzumaki and you've seen my fractal series, what the hell are you doing? It's a better version of it.
But it's one of the greatest works of horror, specifically cosmic horror, to date. It's like a masterwork. It's required. You should read it immediately.
Absolutely. And I like how it goes like deeper and deeper until like it's its own small world, because it only happens in one little village, but it within this world it creates it goes like more and more apocalyptic. If that makes sense. That makes sense.
Absolutely, yeah.
I want to do that, but in a global scale. Like,
yes, please.
I want to increase the apocalypse of it. I don't know. I have the roadmap of it, but I still don't have the specific steps.
I'm excited about that. That could go into some really weird places. I'm excited.
It will go into weird places.
Yes.
Also, there's something I really like. I'm a doctor and I'm an artist, so something I guess I'm qualified to do is medical horror, and I've done that a little bit in the Fractal series.
So much potential.
And I want to do more like that. I want to do a full series that is just like case reports of
yes,
like
please.
very fucked up things happening, right? So like from the perspective of a doctor.
You could do like snapshots of like autopsies of like people after they've been fractalized, but just like little, like a hand, like the hand of a cadaver that's been fractaled out.
Yeah, exactly. That's more or less what I want to do with it, and I also want to explore the like the behavioral aspect of it, because I don't want the fractals to only be affecting your body, but also your mind. Yeah. And you kind of get obsessed with them, and we're gonna see like people building huge structures, just like improvised structures into huge like pyramids and fractals, that kind of stuff. So
I love that.
It's gonna go
places. That's so cool. Yeah. Amazing.
Rounder says Val telling his surgery patients to be quiet so he can take photos. I'm not gonna be a surgeon, thankfully. Thankfully for my patients, not gonna be a surgeon. But I want to ask something, Trevor.
Yeah.
So you've designed or created a bunch of creatures and characters and this whole.
Yeah.
What's your process to create one? Do you start with an image that you find cool and then try to build some story around it, or is it the other way around?
It's it is definitely the image first. I started doing them in 2018, and it was more of an exercise in the beginning than anything, because I just would I had a big folder of the photos that I'd either taken myself or people had donated through Twitter on my computer. I'd get home from working retail, and I'd be exhausted, and I would just go through and pick a photo that looked cool and like interesting at that moment, and then I would just try and think up what would fit there, or like what would be spooky or scary to see there. And I just kind of thought of it myself as like an exercise in how well can I match this lighting? How well can I match the tone and the color? Like how close to seamless can I make this photo? And then also, on another level, for like creature design and character design, it was like, how can I make this match this environment, and how much of the character do I show? Like, how much can I hint at if it's in silhouette? Like just working up, like making sure it has a distinctive outline. That's another thing I really focus on. But that's all to say, like, I pick a photo and then I kind of just draw what I think would be cool.
Just go with the flow, right?
Go with the flow, and then at the very end, then when I have the photo with the creature in it, then I try and write something to go with that. And even the Twitter character limit was like an exercise to see how much I could convey in what is it, 280 characters? 380 characters?
280, yeah.
Yeah. So it was all kind of an exercise.
I agree with a lot of I kind of image first, story second, because like what they say about images being worth 1,000 words, or I don't know what the expression in English is, but something like that.
No, that's you nailed
it. So I think it's in both our styles. It's very like image driven storytelling. So it makes sense that you start like that with image.
Yeah, I mean there are odd occasions where I get like a weird idea, and then I have to like it's a lot harder to try and find the photo and then design the character to fit an idea of a story snippet, rather than having the image first and then having everything kind of cater to that, and then the story at the very end. That's way easier. Way easier.
I'm so I usually work like that. I have a snippet of an idea, not a full image. I want to do this kind of thing. I want to do a huge bug in this environment, and then I'll look for pictures that fit. And that's usually what takes the longest time. So the times where I kind of start with an image, and for example, with commissions, people will send me an image, and I'll start just with that, and then you create something on top of that. I find it's much easier. You don't have to like, you've already started from this limitation of this image, and you can just flow from there.
Absolutely. And I feel like the constraints of working from an image that's already like a world really help me be more creative. Because when I can just do whatever, like if it's just a drawing without a photo to base it off of, or like these constraints of what I'm working in, I feel like it's like almost too much at times. I like working under those rules.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, there's another question for you, because I'm seeing your character scroll by. There's a few ones that are very well known, but what is the one you think didn't get enough of a shot? Like, you were very excited for this character, and it didn't just... You think it deserves a better chance?
It's so weird, because like even Siren Head, which is, you know, the biggest one, I did that in 2018 and then immediately moved on, because I was doing like 2 or 3 a day at that time.
Damn.
It wasn't until like April of 2020, I think, that Markiplier made that blow up. Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and...
Oh, that because of a video game, a little indie game, right?
Yeah. A friend of mine online made a game in like 2018. He's like, I like this character. Can I make like a little demo? And I was like, sure, of course. And then that also sort of sat dormant until 2020. Yeah, April 2020. And then like at the same time as Markiplier played that and was like, what the hell is a Siren Head? At the same time as that, there was like a guy on TikTok who makes like these cool animations. Did an animation with that character, and I guess it blew up on TikTok. I don't know how to use TikTok. I've never been on TikTok.
I made an account the other day just to get the name, but I've never used it yet.
Frankly, it's terrifying to me, and I am afraid of it, and I won't ever go on it. But that had a hand in it in some capacity, I'm told. I mean, there's a bunch that I'm kind of waiting for them maybe to kick off a little more. I'm surprised that Longhorse didn't get a little bit more, because there's a fan following for that character, but like not to the degree of Siren Head. And I think like Longhorse is more interesting.
I think it might have been, at the end of the day, with viral stuff, a lot of it is just luck, and the fact that it was this little game and then a big YouTuber picked it up. You know, it's a sequence of events.
Chain reaction, absolutely, yeah.
You can't really anticipate. So who knows? Maybe in 2 years, everyone will love Longhorse, and then Longhorse also got a great deal of love, I think.
Yeah. And there's a few new ones that I really like the Sisters of the Ever Sharpening Blade. I think are cool. They got that like Bloodborne, gothic, like Victorian aesthetic.
And the old school stuff. You know, I had to do fan art for that one. It was once I saw it.
That's a beautiful piece. Yeah, it's really nice too. You really got the drapery over like a pincushion. Really perfect.
I literally picked up some scissors. I put them over a drape and put it over a lamp and just poked the scissors from the other side with my camera trying to take pictures. It was very awkward, but it kind of worked.
You did the work. Yes, you did the work for it. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to actually do it. You did it properly.
I mean, I'm not good at drawing, so I always got to find like pictures.
But besides that, I really like the 3 red strings, which are the dummies. The 3.
I was about to say that was what kicked the question, because I saw them scroll by, and
I think they're really cool. And I have like some general lore for them that I would like to expand. There's a bunch of them that I'd love to like sit down and do like actual stories about.
That'd be fun.
But it would be, yeah. I have a whole like story taking form in my head for the sisters that's going to be told through like letters. I forget the name of the story when it's just told through letters back and forth.
Epistolary, something like
that. Epistolary story, yeah. And them, and I'd love to do something with the 3 red strings, because mannequins are always scary.
Mannequins are it's a staple, and these guys they work perfectly, because there's this sort of it's not the typical like just to move a mannequin. It's the 3 strings that pull them, that come from nowhere. It's kind of very otherworldly. I like it.
Yeah. And the idea is that they don't actually move at all. Like they're completely motionless, and the string just drags them, and the string goes through like anything. So like it'll like cut a path through the ceiling of a building as it's like just booping this lifeless mannequin at someone like really, really fast.
Exactly. I love that. That. It's not the mannequin itself. It's just it's a string that, like, the real thing is, like, you call them the strings, right? The 3 strings. Or...
Yeah.
Because that's what they are, right? It's their...
Yeah.
It's the meat of it.
Well, it's like, the strings and the mannequins, but like, it's. I'd like to do more with them. They're cool, I think.
Yeah. I'd love to see you do more about them. And I've already done like maybe like 4 fan art of your creatures because I just really love the designs and the stories around them. I'm like, I should stop. Like, I should do a fan art of more people because I'm just doing Trevor's at this point. But this is like, if I did another one, I'll probably do it in the future. The 3 strings are probably my go-to.
Oh, thank you. And I am reading the chat, Enoch. I'm trying to poke my head in and also talk at the same time. So I'm sorry I'm not.
I'm also taking a look. I don't have time to respond, but Enoch says your art kind of looks like Travis Anderson. I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah, cool. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I saw Mary mention the Defeated King. That's a really old school one. It's a skeleton that lives in a computer, and it's an ancient king. And I should do more with him at some point.
I love that. What do you enjoy more, like doing the images or figuring out the story?
Oh, the images. The character design is like 100% my goal, and then the story is supposed to like accentuate it and like be like a seed in your head of what the potential character's lore could be, without having to like spell it out. Because anything that you come up with is, I promise you, so much better than I would lay out. If I laid out everything specifically, you'd be angry at me and disappointed. And I try and avoid that at all costs.
I like that. It's it's show don't tell. A movie, old movie.
Oh, exactly. Nothing got scarier once you knew more about it. Nothing gets scarier the more you understand.
Exactly.
It might be as scary if you're very lucky, but it will never be more scary, and most often it will be much less scary.
I agree. That's why usually the best part of horror movies is the beginning, unless they're like perfectly executed with the mystery. But the beginning of the horror movie, when the thread is unknown, is it's the best. So it's, I guess, what, like, because we have very similar styles or goals there. Yeah, we're both trying to tell the first part of a horror movie.
Yeah, there are countless horror movies, especially like indie horror movies, where it's very clear that they, had the story they were telling, like 99% of it. And then somewhere along the line, a producer was like, you don't show the monster. People are going to get pissed off and want their money back or whatever. So at the very, very end, they'll show like this CG monster or whatever that just does not stack up. Yeah. And it just ruins it. Even if it's a split second, even if it's the littlest thing, I see it and it ruins it for me and I hate it. Don't do it. It's better not to show anything at all. I'd rather not see anything at all. Don't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's okay? Talking horror movies, because you're a big horror movie nerd, and I mean that in the best possible sense. And we've watched a bunch of movies together.
And always good.
What's a movie that's like lately living in your brain, like you keep going back to?
God, I made a little list.
You made a list and everything. I love that.
No movies. I actually didn't write any movies. I haven't watched a ton of movies recently. Lately, I've just been putting stuff on in the background on Shudder while I do other stuff. I saw Candyman. I didn't like it very much, which was really disappointing to me. Yeah. Other than that, I haven't watched a ton of new movies. I found, I'm sure I'm going to remember like 20 that I loved from 2021 because I always do this, but I can't recall any ones that really blew me away in this last year. The last thing I watched was Brand New Cherry Flavor on Netflix, and that's excellent.
Brand New Cherry Flavor. You gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
Yeah.
People are, as they said, I'm mad that I didn't actually like Candyman. Sorry.
I'm just looking here. Someone say something about Candyman?
Asty's just disappointed that you didn't like Candyman. I'm sorry, Asty.
Yeah. It has a lot of really cool images and stuff. It just really feels like it's like overreaching, that's all. Which honestly, at the end of the day, like if a movie is too ambitious in terms of what it's trying to say, that's not a bad problem. But that said, it is trying to say like a lot of different things, and it kind of undermines itself a lot. And also like the second you get Tony Todd and his like beautiful gravitas voice out of the mix, as soon as you lose that, you're at a disadvantage. Why even go?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the original is always there, so that's never gonna.
Yeah, exactly. And the original's incredible. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And it's very rare that a sequel or a remix or a remake or whatever will retroactively ruin the original. So we can always go back to that.
Absolutely. And I really want to see The Night House, but I've not seen it yet. Because I won't go in a movie theater in Toronto.
Yeah, I agree with the movie theater thing.
Oh shit! Sorry, I knew I did this. I saw a movie last night and I really liked it, and I completely forgot about it because you asked me.
Yeah, that happens. That happens.
I saw a slasher movie throwback from Uruguay called The Last Matinee that's set in a movie theater, and it's really fun and really good and really really gory. Yeah, good stuff.
Uruguay, that's cool.
Yep.
You guys are going home with recommendations. Better be noted down, chat. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Candyman. Yeah, I just saw someone said the new Candyman visually is super cool. They do a lot of really fun stuff with bees in that. They really play up the bees.
The bees. That's always a fun part. Who doesn't like a good
I want to see Antlers so badly. It's been delayed for so long. It is off of a Nick and Tosca story that is really good, and it's online for free. You should look it up. I don't know. I don't remember what it's called, but if you search Nick and Tosca Antler short story, it'll pop up.
I'll check it out. Okay, you got a lot of cool unannounced upcoming projects. I don't want you to spoil. I don't want you to spoil anything.
I want to talk about it.
But can you tell someone a little detail that won't spoil what you're gonna do? Like,
oh shit!
Something that'll tease people. No need to. Like, I guess there's NDAs and stuff. So
there's a bunch of stuff that I'm almost hesitant to even hint at because it's really really big, and it's I'm hoping to. I've been holding off on announcing 2 different things for like a year or more, and they're going to be really big. And I finally heard about one of the 2 big things potentially being announced like next week, maybe.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't know though.
Oh, that's
because
cool.
They say that, and then it's going to happen any second, and then it never happens. So we'll
see. We're on the lookout.
So I can't really talk about anything, I don't think. But and the other big thing that I also can't talk about, like literally, I have to start working on it like right now because it's going to be a huge endeavor, and I'm really excited about it. Yeah.
I know. Like, I think I know the 2 things you're talking about, but
I've told you. You already know.
One.
You probably know both, I think. Yeah.
I think I know both, yeah. I obviously can't tell anybody, but I hope I'm seeing like excitement in chat. So that is enough to hype people up, I think.
Yeah.
Someone saying FNAF movie, please, no. Trevor.
No, maybe not.
Oh, keep Valdés-Hevia keeping secrets from us. I am. I can't talk. I'm under legal.
Yeah, Jen just said I have like 3 things I can't talk about, and it might be like 3 or 4 actually. I'm sorry.
Anyway, it's been great talking to you, Trevor. I wish we could go on for longer, but maybe another day we can do a whole long chat.
Yeah, fun. Absolutely. I would love that. Thank you for having me on to talk about stuff.
Talk about whatever. It's been great, mate. We'll be back shortly, guys.
Thanks for watching me talk.